You open LinkedIn one morning, and your feed is nothing but blue banners. Laid off. Laid off. Laid off. Maybe it already happened to you. Maybe it happened to someone you know. And the terrifying part?
It is not stopping.
In 2023, 2024, and right now in 2025 into 2026, hundreds of thousands of technology professionals have lost their jobs. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Intel, Salesforce, Cisco. Companies that were supposed to be safe forever. And the reason they keep giving? AI. But here is the thing nobody is telling you. The most successful technology leader in history was thrown out of the very company he built with his own hands. He did not just survive it. He came back and built something so powerful that it became the first company in human history to be worth more than $1 trillion. I am talking about Steve Jobs. And today, I want to walk you through what he went through, what he learned, and the exact lessons that can help you rise from this moment. Stay with me, because the second half of this video changes everything. Let us talk about what is actually happening right now, because this is not just a blip. According to Layoffs, FYI, over 260,000 tech workers were laid off in 2023 alone. In 2024, that number stayed painfully high, with major rounds hitting Intel, Cisco, and dozens of AI startups. And 2025? The pace has not slowed. If anything, the conversation has gotten sharper. Why are these companies cutting? The answer is almost always the same three words: artificial intelligence, efficiency. Think about what that means for a moment. The same technology that companies are racing to build is also the reason they are eliminating the very engineers who build it. A single AI model can now write code, review pull requests, generate test cases, and draft documentation, tasks that used to require entire teams. And this is not science fiction. It is already happening in QA, in data entry, in Tier 1 support, in junior development roles. So what do you do when the industry you trained for, the career you built, starts to feel like it is being pulled from under you? Well, let me take you back to 1985, because a 30-year-old man just got the worst news of his life. Steve Jobs co-founded Apple Computer in 1976 out of a garage in Los Altos, California. By 1984, he had done the impossible. He launched the Macintosh, the world's first mass-market personal computer with a graphical user interface. It was revolutionary. It changed how human beings interact with machines. But inside Apple, a storm was brewing. Jobs was brilliant, but he was also difficult, demanding, unpredictable. He clashed with the CEO he had personally recruited, John Sculley. And in May of 1985, the Apple board sided with Sculley. They stripped Steve Jobs of all operating responsibility. Then they forced him out of the company he had created. At 30 years old, the co-founder of Apple Computer was fired from Apple. Think about that for a second. Not laid off due to a downturn. Not a restructuring. He was removed. Pushed out. Publicly. In an interview years later, Jobs described that moment by saying, "It felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. I was out, and very publicly out." He said he did not know what to do for months. He thought about leaving Silicon Valley entirely. He had every reason to quit.
So why did he not?
After leaving Apple, Jobs did not disappear into retirement. He did what every one of you should do when you get knocked down. He built. First, he founded a company called Next Computer. Next was aimed at the higher education and business markets. It pushed the boundaries of software design in ways that were years ahead of their time. But here is the part most people do not know. Next was not a commercial success. The hardware division failed. The machines were too expensive. But the operating system? The software architecture? That was genius. At the same time, Jobs acquired a small animation studio from George Lucas for approximately $10 million. That studio was called Pixar. Most people thought it was a side project. Then, in 1995, Pixar released Toy Story, the first fully computer-animated feature film in history. It was a cultural phenomenon, a box office smash, and it made Steve Jobs a billionaire while he was still on the outside of Apple. Here is the lesson buried in this part of the story. During his time away from Apple, Jobs did not waste his failure. He got better. He got sharper. He got wiser. He learned how to build culture, manage creative teams, and run a financially disciplined company. Skills he absolutely needed for what was about to happen next. By 1997, Apple was in serious trouble. The company was losing money. Morale was destroyed. Market share had collapsed. Apple was literally weeks away from bankruptcy. Then, in a move that seemed almost impossible, Apple acquired Next for $429 million. And with that acquisition, Steve Jobs walked back through the door. He started as an advisor, but within months, he was back as interim CEO. The first thing he did shocked everyone. He simplified. Apple had over 350 products at the time. Jobs cut it down to 10. 10 products. Focused. Intentional. Excellent. He launched the Think Different advertising campaign. Not a campaign about specs or features. A campaign about values. About who Apple was. And then came the products. In 1998, the iMac. In 2001, the iPod and iTunes. In 2007, the iPhone. The iPhone. A device that changed every single industry it touched. Music. Photography. Communication. Banking. Navigation. Retail. All of it forever changed by one product. And in 2008, Apple launched the App Store, creating an entirely new economy worth hundreds of billions of dollars. On August 2nd, 2011, Apple became the most valuable company in the world. And on August 2nd, 2018, Apple became the first company in American history to reach a market capitalization of $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Built by a man who had been fired from his own company. Now, let's talk about something deeper than the products. Because Apple did not just build great technology. Apple built one of the most powerful brands in human history. What is a brand, really? It is a promise, a feeling, a reputation that walks into the room before you do. Apple made people feel something when they held an iPhone. They felt creative, sophisticated, ahead of the curve. And that feeling, that is worth more than any spec sheet. Jobs understood something that most technology leaders do not. Technology without story is just machinery. He believed that design, simplicity, and human emotion had to be at the center of every product decision. That is why the unboxing of an Apple product still feels like an event. That is why customers camp outside stores for hours. That is why people who have never met Steve Jobs still quote him. Now here is the question for you. What is your brand? Because in the era of AI and layoffs, your personal brand is the one thing no algorithm can replace. Okay, real quick before we go further, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and answer this one question. What is the one skill you are doubling down on right now in this market? Whether it is cloud architecture, AI engineering, cybersecurity, product management, whatever it is, write it down below. I read every single comment. And your answer might inspire someone else watching right now. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, hit that button. This channel is for IT professionals who are done just surviving and ready to build something that lasts.
All right.
Let us keep going. So, what do we actually take from all of this? I want to break it down into 5 concrete lessons. Lesson 1. Your identity is not your job title. Steve Jobs did not stop being Steve Jobs the day he was fired from Apple. He was still a builder, a visionary, a creative force. If you have been laid off, you are still the engineer, the architect, the product mind, the problem solver that you were yesterday. A layoff is a comma in your story, not a period. Lesson 2. The wilderness has a purpose. The 12 years Jobs spent away from Apple were not wasted years. They were investment years. He learned things at Next and Pixar that made him a better leader. If you are in a gap right now, use it. Learn a new technology. Build a side project. Contribute to open source. Get a certification. The people who come out strongest from this period will be the ones who invested in themselves during it. Lesson 3. Simplify your focus. When Jobs returned to Apple, he did not try to do everything. He cut 350 products down to 10. Right now, in a noisy market, the professionals who stand out are the ones who are known for something specific. Be the AI engineer. Be the cloud security expert. Be the platform architect. Pick your lane and go deep. Lesson 4. Build your brand before you need it. Jobs did not build Apple's brand after they were struggling. He built it constantly, in every product, every keynote, every interview. Your LinkedIn profile, your GitHub contributions, your speaking at meetups, your content online. That is your brand. Build it now, while you still have time, not after you get the bad news. Lesson 5. Play the long game. Apple was bought for $429 million in 1997. It reached $3 trillion in value in 2022. That is not a short-term story. That is patience, persistence, and compounding excellence. Your career is the same. One layoff, one recession, one bad quarter. It is not your whole story.
What you do next is.
Look, I am not going to pretend this is easy. Losing a job is one of the most disorienting things a person can go through. The financial pressure is real. The identity loss is real. The fear is real.
But I want you to hear something.
The industry is not done with you. It is changing. And change always creates opportunity for the people paying attention. AI is not the end of the technology career. AI is the next chapter of it. The professionals who will thrive are the ones who understand AI, who work alongside it, who know how to build with it and govern it. That is you. Steve Jobs did not come back to Apple because the world handed him a second chance. He came back because he had made himself undeniable.
And that is the work in front of you right now.
Not despair. Not waiting. Not doom scrolling. Building. Learning. Connecting.
Growing.
You have everything you need to write the next chapter. So start today. If this video gave you even one idea, one reframe, one reason to keep pushing, please like it and share it with someone who needs to hear it right now. And subscribe if you want more content built specifically for technology professionals navigating this new era. Next video, we're talking about the exact skills that AI cannot replace in 2026 and how to position yourself as the irreplaceable engineer in any room. You do not want to miss that one.
See you there.